So, have you ever sat down to do that one big, important thing on your to-do list, but an hour later you realize you've done 20 tiny things instead and zero progress on the main one? It's that frustrating feeling like your brain has way too many tabs open and you just can't focus. Well, let's dive into why that happens, because the reason might not be what you think at all.
I mean, it's a feeling we all know, right? You've got the time. You know what you need to do, but your mind just wanders. It jumps and flits from one thing to the next. You're definitely not alone in this, but I think the reason for this mental fog is just widely misunderstood.
You know how it starts. It's almost always with something that feels productive, like a quick check of your email. Just a little peek. What's the harm, right?
And then your phone buzzes, so you fire off a quick reply to a text. I mean, that's harmless, isn't it? Takes just a few seconds.
And then, before you even know what's happened, you're just scrolling. A few minutes on your favorite feed to clear your head. But here's the thing. These little actions are incredibly deceptive. They're slicing up our day and totally fracturing our ability to concentrate.
So, when we can't focus, what's the go-to explanation? What's the story we tell ourselves? Well, there's a really popular narrative out there, a myth that honestly, most of us have just come to accept as truth.
Does that sound at all familiar? It's this deep, sinking feeling that our modern digital lives have somehow fried our circuits, that we're fundamentally less capable of focus than we were before.
And this leads us to the most popular diagnoses. Our attention spans are shrinking. You hear all about the goldfish brain, right? This idea that we can't hold a thought for more than a few seconds. It's a simple explanation, but it's also a really defeatist one.
But what if that simple story isn't the whole truth? What if we're not broken, but just completely exhausted? What if there's a much more empowering way to look at what's really going on with our focus?
This brings us to a whole new metaphor, a complete reframing of the problem. See, the issue isn't the size of your attention span. It's all about the management of your attention as a very, very finite resource.
Okay, this is where everything shifts. The old model, it basically says we're victims of some permanent defect, that our brains are broken, shrinking, or defective. But this new model, it flips the script entirely. Your attention isn't defective, it's just depleted. It hasn't shrunk, it's just been overtaxed. And that is a huge difference, because you can't really fix broken, but you can absolutely fix mismanaged.
And to understand how to fix it, we need to start thinking about our focus just like a bank account. Let's call it your attention account. Every single day you are making deposits and you are making withdrawals. This brings us to the core idea of overdrawn attention. Just think of it as what happens when your cognitive spending is consistently higher than your cognitive income. It's not a character flaw, not at all. It's a resource deficit, and it leads directly to that feeling of being mentally drained.
Let's just map this out. In your attention account, the currency isn't money, it's your focus. Deposits aren't a paycheck, they're things like rest and deep, uninterrupted work. Withdrawals aren't buying stuff, they're multitasking and jumping at every single distraction. And the result of going into overdraft? Well, it's not financial debt, it's something we all know too well: burnout.
All right, so let's get real about this. How does this whole thing play out in our day-to-day lives? What do these daily transactions of focus actually look like?
So here are the big spenders, the things draining your account. Every single ping from an email or a message, that's a withdrawal. Every time you switch from a report to an email and back again, that's a withdrawal. Mindless scrolling, that's like having a hole in your pocket where focus just leaks out. And oh boy, sitting in a pointless meeting, that's a massive and often unavoidable withdrawal.
But on the flip side, we have our deposits. These are the things that actually replenish our account. A solid 90-minute session of pure, focused work, that's a huge deposit. Same goes for getting a full night's sleep, taking a walk in nature without your phone, or practicing a little mindfulness. These are not luxuries. They are absolutely essential for keeping your account in the green.
And, when you don't make enough deposits to cover all those withdrawals, you go into overdraft. The penalty, that painful overdraft fee for mismanaging your attention account, is burnout. It's that feeling of being totally and completely fried where you can't even imagine focusing on one more thing. Okay, this all makes sense, right? We've laid out the problem and what's at stake. So the big question is, how do we get out of this cognitive debt? How do we balance our mental budget and become way better managers of this precious resource? Well, it really boils down to a pretty simple 3-step financial plan for your mind. Step 1, audit your withdrawals.
Seriously, track your day and figure out where your attention is really going. Step 2, schedule your deposits. Don't just hope for rest, intentionally put deep work and no screen time right there on your calendar, just like any other appointment. And step 3, protect your principal. Turn off those non-essential notifications and set clear boundaries to stop other people from making withdrawals from your account without your permission.
And this is the most important thing to take away from all of this. Stop thinking of yourself as a victim with a broken brain. You need to start seeing yourself as the active manager of a really valuable, really powerful account. You control the ledger.
So, I'll leave you with this question. As the brand new manager of your own attention account, what is the single most costly withdrawal that you're going to cut out starting right now?